Welcome everyone. Hello, and hello everyone new here. Just welcome. I am filming on a dark and stormy night. It's literally, it's late, but it's also has been a lot of thunder. So, it's a little quiet like right now, but I bet there's just a little bit more that comes through. So, little rumbles. Oops. I turned that off. Welcome. Just a very, very quick reminder. I'm not going to be doing my health one since I am not showing that on camera for a little bit. And starting off with A5 just because really it's my heart. It's this is the layout that I love the most. I pulled a card and I already wrote it here. 10 of Seeds, listen and learn from the stories of elders. What stories will you pass on to? What was that exact wording of that? My dyslexia is getting in the way. Will you pass comma to? Her booklet, this is from the future ancestor. Her booklet is very, like, she was trying to fit everything in, and she has a companion book. I've been meaning to get that. That would, if you can probably hear some more thunder there. I've been meaning to get that. So, let's see. We're just going to hop right in. I'm using the Sterling Ink October of 23. So not too long ago, because it's one of my favorites, and there's some more thunder. I am manifesting. I'm just really thinking a lot about fall right now. What is the thing that I'm looking for? This is what I'm looking for. And let's see, let's start off with, I think at the time there were only these transparent ones. I'm trying to think when I got a lot of these. It was with a sale. I don't know if it was the July sale, July 4th sale, or before that. But you got to use what you have. It's one of my darlings, but I also got the paper of that. Let's see, it's kind of upside down there. And I love this so much. I want to put it in something, and I don't know yet. So I got is there just one in here? I know the January one here, I got both of them. Yeah, there's only one because there's no like ghosting in there like there is here. You can kind of tell there's two. But yeah, I love these colors. It feels like she put this out in October, but it doesn't feel quite like October. It's like beginning of fall to me. I guess because there's some more minty green colors, but she also is pretty accurate as far as I know. I'm no botanist, but she tries to stick with flowers and plants that, let's see, I think I can just fit this in here below the little full moon that we're having. Like usually she features a lot of what is going on nature wise. And I was actually just updating there's some more thunder, updating my digital calendar to put some, because I don't remember. If I was a more avid gardener, I would say, oh yeah, that plant usually blooms in this month. Like it's approximate because climate change and just variations. Plants are going to bloom when they're going to bloom, and how the weather is that year, how much rainfall there is, that kind of stuff. But there is a cadence of things, and I like to, and I mentioned, I love lilacs, but I'm like, oh my gosh, they're open when they're like halfway done. So I like to put it on my digital calendar, much like I also did with the, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word, with the games that start with an O. I know other places, YouTube channels, they will get dinged if they say that, but maybe my channel is not big enough. Who knows? I don't know the rules about that, but I'm just going to not mention that. But anyway, I wanted to fill out like what other ones, what other cities, what are the dates that are planned so far. And that's kind of what I did, was I went through on my digital, anything that like there's some, let's see, I think I'm just going to be tearing these and putting them down here. Any kind of, well, that's not tearing as easy as I thought. Here, we'll just do that. Anything that is not like I do put digital appointments on there, but I'm not, and I put them in here. What are my rules? What are my rules? I don't know. But I like to just do things that are way far in advance that you can't put in a planner. That's where I'm getting at, is that that it can be like 4 years from now, and then I'll see that pop up and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's, you know, I wanted to keep track of that. And that was one of the things that I wanted to keep track of. Let's see. I like these fairly straight. They don't have to be exact, but I wanted a little bit more of an organic feel to these because that's kind of how the stickers feel. And we'll just put a little bit here. I don't know. We're just doing it. We're just making it happen. I think this is the green's a Laurel Denise, and the brown is a Sterling ink from way back when. Let's see. So I did get some big stickers here, but I'm not going to be using too many of them. And I did get these. And I thought maybe I'll just put a butterfly on. Who knows? So there are these. These letters are really cute. She did put letters in, I think, this September's. I don't have her latest. I stopped at July. And then maybe when there's another. I'm not too worried about having a complete set. I love to complete sets. Like the neurodivergent mind of just wanting to have a completed set of something. But then I want to use it. I also want to be able to use it. I think ooh, that was a big one. I'll put this down here. Now, if this was transparent, it'd probably blend in better. I don't have those. And that's okay with me. Let's see. So this last week, just to kind of talk about things as I'm placing these, kind of wondering, I do want a little bit of a to-do list there, so I'm trying to find, I didn't get the small one, so that's why I'm kind of going back to these here. In my B6, I might not do the washi tape there. Just do a little bit right there. Okay, so my son was really sweet just now. He was making sure I had a flashlight in case the power goes out, which it may. I may only get part of this filmed, but we're trying. Yeah, I like most of this here so far. No school yet. We start after Labor Day. And let's see. So this last week, I finally got my labs done. I had gotten them assigned, 2 weeks ago is the last bit of July. Yeah, about 2 weeks. And maybe 3. I know I saw him on my doctor on a Friday, and I got him done on a Friday. I don't know. I have this right in front of me right now. Let's see. When? Oh. Let's see. That's... When did I see? Oh yeah, PCP checkup, and then I got my shot the next day, and that wiped me out. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I finally got my lab. So I found that the place, it was a little tricky. This has just been my project as of late. The last couple months is like trying to find a lab that I can go to that I can possibly schedule. There is one very close by, but it's right next to the hospital. So the hospital owns it, and it's very expensive. So I found LabCorp, which is what my insurance wants me to go to. Had to drive a bit, and you can make an appointment. But once I got there, they didn't have my orders, which didn't really surprise me, but I should have been a little bit more prepared and brought them with me. I have asked doctors for them, and they're like, no, they'll see them. And I'm like, no. And this kind of proved my point. So I had to call from my car and say, I'm sitting here about to get my lab done. If you can please fax those orders. I am fasting, and it's midday already. So I'm okay with not eating until noon. And that's when it was scheduled for. So it didn't bother me too much that I had to wait a little longer. It doesn't faze me too much. So, yeah, they were able to fax them over. I felt very fortunate to actually reach one of my doctor's staff right away. Like right that moment when I was calling, and not have to leave a message and sit there for 20 minutes. Or cross my fingers. And so, yeah, the guy who answered phone was like, yes, where are you? He just wanted to know the exact location. So and I didn't have the fax number, but when I went back in, there was this little handout that had the fax number. So I picked one of those up for next time. But it's interesting how all the labs work differently. Again, there was a lab I used to go to all the time, but I'm not really associated with that location anymore. I wish I could just keep going to that one because it's pretty predictable. I've gone there enough to know like when are the slower times, when, that was a lot. When to go, like how to time things. I've gone at 8:30. I've talked about this before. And you have to wait an hour or so. Whereas this one, I had an appointment. So they did get me in pretty quick, and there were people waiting. I would say probably someone didn't have to wait more than half an hour at noon. In the mornings, it's probably very busy. Because it's hard. It's hard for people who can't really wait that long. I think I'm going to do the Monarch here to have some orange in here. So anyway, mostly figured that out. The staff were pretty nice. There were people a little upset. And, I don't care. You can be upset. And voice your opinion. And then they walked away. And that was it. And so I just walked up next and was like, yeah, I have a fax coming through. I'm not going to meet that negative energy. So, let's see. So we had Ridwell, yard waste, so we have recycling. Actually, I don't want to use green. I actually want to use the brown as kind of a highlight color here. There we go. Have it stand out a little bit more. Recycling, and then checking up on orders and getting our order there. This to me there's still some green from the summer, but it's mostly fall. So I might put something important here, but then start my to-do list like right here. Also, I have been thinking about next year's planners. I don't have a lot of confidence in the A5 twines and paper being made. I know the B6 version, which when I show you my B6, I kind of feel how these two will work together in one book. I'm feeling pretty excited about it. I don't think the A5 is going to be made. If it is, I pre-ordered. It's going to come. The minimums are just not there. And there's like a small group of us who are like, we wish we could. But you have to have the minimums in order to have it be sustainable. And not have them lose money on it. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Let me write. Where's my pen? Here it is. On here. And then I think I'm just going to I'm going to have the health book. And then I'm going to have the personal, horizontal and then vertical together. I looked at all of Sterling Inks. I don't even know if I'm going to get any booklets because the hybrid one has so much at the beginning for me to help track things. This is going to be more of like a personal book. And I am looking really hard at I really wish that the Papertess Manager's book came in an A5. They have an A5 Slim. And it's just very crunched. Very crunched. So it's like, it would be this big. But maybe the A5 Slim. But I am very much I was looking at the B5, which is much bigger. But I'm thinking that for my work. And so the booklets that I got for both of these, I would transfer to like those tracking pages more. Here I'm tracking like meals, and just like quarterly things. And then I do a lot of social media type tracking in my B6 one. And so I think there's enough in the Manager Papertess one. And I think that's it. No take a note this year. There's no other ones that really, I think that I love Sterling Ink aesthetic here. I think I saw, which one was it? Is going to have 24-hour time, which I don't do well with converting. I've always had, 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Military time. I don't do as well, but I'm trying to remember if that was the managerial one. I'm getting confused with the Papertess and the twines and paper. Let me look this up really quick. Twines. I think the pre-order, let's just go to the B6 one because that is the one that's guaranteed here. Where is the vertical? Oh, it's very hard to see. Nope. Bear with me one moment. That is just grid. They aren't in order. That's some goals progress. See, I think I could use the goals. I'll send you like I'm on a Zoom call. It's personal. I will put this link in there. If you're at all interested. Oh, here we go. What time? Nope. Okay. So twines and paper, the version that looks just like this is on the lines, just like Sterling Ink, and it does go from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. just like this. Thank you for doing that, because if that was my primary, I would have to adjust. But because it's my home planner and I'm dealing with times of like school getting out, it just helps so much. The managerial one from Papertess. Oh, that's funny. I just realized Twines and Paper and Papertess, the T and the P are reversed. I don't mind that business-wise to have, 12 p.m., 13, 14. I think I can handle that. So recycling. And our Smith Brothers delivery. Which helps. I think I've talked about this a little bit. To have just a few fresh things delivered at the end of the week is such, we probably get 10 things. It's not a whole lot, but it's something that it really helps to keep us kind of on track with things. Do I have any other upcoming appointments? That is a good question. Nope. Our AC has been wonderful. Yeah, I don't have anything here, but I have 2 more coming up here. I have not heard back. I heard back at the beginning of last week that they were going to schedule me for my new infusions, and yeah, it was the rest of the week and I haven't heard anything. I've kind of looked at my referrals to see if anything has been approved. I don't know if I'm going to have to do some shots in between. I also have this thing with my insurance that they haven't reached a negotiated rate with my current hospital organization. And so I think what they said is that it would be out of network until they reach an agreement. And they could backdate it maybe. But that means if I have a series of 3 infusions during that month, I wouldn't have anything covered. It'd be out of network. Well, I guess there is an out of network cost. I'd have to look that up. But the alternative is I already have a Stelara shot still here. And I think I'm just going to plan on taking that because September 2nd is my next shot. And nothing has been confirmed yet. And I can't squeeze in 3. I mean, I could start September 2nd is Labor Day, but here in the US. So it's a holiday, so I can't get it on that day. I mean, I can take the shot that day. I'm wondering, kind of aloud here, I might get another shot because it's not, they're very expensive, but yet I have enough coverage for them that I'm doing really good. I am not quite in remission, but they want to put me on something a little stronger, but I'm actually doing pretty good because of the variety of foods that I can eat right now. And if you're new, sorry, I have Crohn's, and so it's, I'm on a biologic. I've been on several different medications and things, so they're trying to switch me over to Remicade, which is stronger. It's been around for a long time, but just a little on my journey. I started off with Entyvio, then went to Stelara, and then now to Remicade. So yeah, I think I should have been on Remicade earlier, honestly. I think that's what kind of, like, with all the talks that have come out, I think that's kind of what's going on. But I mean, I did get relief because, like, Entyvio on its own got me halfway, and I had never felt that before, or at least for a very, very long time. And so, yeah. Okay, we're going to switch to the other one, and I'm going to show you here that I had talked a little bit about putting the days of the week here, having days of the week here. I kind of like this dashboard here. I was able to fit a lot more on here, and it felt really nice. I mean, I guess it's not more, it's just more centralized to here, and then I would transfer these to the day. So there are a lot of duplicates. I wanted to see what day I was doing things. And that kind of helped. So we are going to go to this week. And let's see. I think I was going to try... Maybe I just stick with this. I want to keep this one, I think. It's hard. I love these so much that I guess I'll use one letter one. This one's really pretty. So let's use it. Let's use it. Let's see. I'm trying to see. It looks like this is the way. Whoop. Trying to see which way is the way up. Yeah, I think it says, yeah, airmail. And then this. That's the nice thing is like you can actually turn these different ways. I mean, she's been so smart and like smart. She's been very talented, very thoughtful about how to set these all up. And with her grids, with her, you know, moving things different ways, and then when she decorates her own, it looks very effortless. But yeah, it's her whole system is just very beautiful. And I loved watching her like decorate, where she uses like the whole deluxe kit, like she's placing everything out, but she also does a ton of dailies, and it really makes sense for her. I'm thinking I kind of want to put this in the upper corner here, up here. Yeah, it's gonna stick down right about there. And then I didn't mind having like a little less space, but I loved having these. I thought about, well, what if I put them over? Now, again, these are the transparent ones. So, yeah, I thought about like putting this here. Well, let's try it. Since that it's not huge, although what I can do, I should have done it on my other one, is just use a little white out here. Yeah, let's try them over here this time, because I used these horizontal little spots here to put my meal plan, but I don't think it needs that, like my meal plan doesn't need that much space. I'd rather like have days of the week with the numbers over here. There we go. And have these just kind of be over here. But yeah, I've been looking at watching all of Catherine's, the new colors that have come out. Absolutely gorgeous. If I was looking for something a little different, now the A5 and B6, her video on those is coming. So I don't know. I think a lot of those will be in the popular colors, the popular new colors. So maybe once I see that one's kind of tipping up a little bit. Maybe when I see that, I might be like, oh, an A5, and that would be gorgeous. Maybe, you know. But as of right now, I don't have any plans of getting Sterling ink, even though I love Sterling ink. It's just... and that's the beauty, is like you can use her stickers in anything. You can use her planners with any stickers. it's not like I'm leaving the ecosystem. I'm still very much in it. Unfortunately, I guess my bank account might say unfortunately. No, we're doing really good right now. But yeah, I feel better. And when I keep looking at, again, the Twines and Paper is being shipped to her home or office. And so from there, she needs to sort through them and then on quality check. And then mine will be shipped overseas. So it's going to be like mid-September, somewhere in the middle of September when I actually get it, which is still plenty of time. Yeah, I like how simple that is. I love this. That is looking gorgeous. Excuse me. I might put a lighter colored, smaller. Let's see. Although I love how simple this is so far. I was thinking like just put a little butterfly there. Maybe up here. Maybe I'll have it up here. Because I kind of want to make that feel a little separate, whereas these kind of frame it a little better. Okay. Looking at the other design, I'm trying to see if I want to put like any tape to kind of have that. Oof, that thunder is still going. And I kind of love, I was looking at the card where the card actually has like the green and the kind of orangey tinge to it. So it kind of feels similar. And I think I'll do, here is the recycling. And here is the Smith. So I'll just put an R, an SB there. I could put just like a little up here. Maybe like one piece. Let's see. Kind of like that. Maybe green on the bottom. Just to talk about the air conditioning a little bit more, we have been loving it. We don't have it running too cold, although today was like the first day we ran it cooler. On a cooler day, just to kind of feel it out, because we know how it's going to cost a bit. There we go. I like that. Okay. Let's see. I have to be kind of careful. There was a phone number here that I was trying to cover up. So instead of here, I think I want to do like a little mini like meal plan like in here. So just put meals and then have like that, and then just have one line each, because here it was like taking up all this space. The card I might squeeze like down in here later, and then I had kind of a work list, and then I had like these to-do lists. So let's see. I think if I have like one major list, it's either going to be here or here. Because I really worked off of like two lists. Well, that's like my shipping list. Let's see. Let's see. What should I call it? I said call it packages, but like I think I want to call it shipping. Or I know overseas it's called dispatch or something, which is, I love that. I love that. so I can do some shipping stuff there. It won't be as long this week. And then like admin, let's see, I'm trying to kind of equally space things here. I didn't put an I in there, but that's okay. Like that. And kind of do admin here, shipping here. I know it was kind of like a whole bunch of things in here, but I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it. It was, and I may go back to like putting these over here, but we'll see. We'll kind of switch it back here and see. But I'm kind of thinking of like B6. This is going to be a very, very similar layout, if not almost exactly the same. Let's see, does she have her horizontal? That's the vertical. That's vertical. There was a horizontal somewhere. Here it is. Okay. So for horizontal, oh, that's interesting. These boxes are bigger and there isn't that top spot. Well, that's pretty cool. Knowing that like there's going to be more room in these. I think it'd be nice to have that as a template of like putting all the, like when I get things done, which includes appointments, and then being able to like flip and go, oh, here's when the exact appointments like line up. And then now for hers, there is a little calendar here, and then there's 2 big boxes here. So I think like meals could go in one of these. Let's see. So meals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm trying to count these real quick. Yes. So that's really cool. The 2 boxes that take up this space, and they're a little closer up. There's not quite as big of a margin here. I love the Papertess margin at the top. I think that's what kind of makes it really nice, is like that really nice little double line. But there's 2 boxes here, and I think I could do meals in one. So again, frees up space. So I'm going to try it this way this week to kind of practice that. And then let's see if there's something else here that I can think of that's like days of the week. Because then if I can use them both here, maybe on the next week, I will position them here just to practice, and then have this space open and this space open. So I'm feeling more of the dashboard layout here and just kind of getting used to it and stuff. So meals, and I mean, I could kind of do packages, but sometimes they don't come on a certain day and I'm just kind of watching for them. But also it helped more. So these are all my packages here. This is basically a duplicate of this. This is where I just wrote everything down, and this is when I received them. So I don't think I could fit it into quite a little box. I mean, if it has an M there, I could say like some quick words there. I'm looking at that space though, and I think it's, yeah, hers isn't quite as wide. So it'd be more like this. I wouldn't have like, there's 3 more columns there that I don't think I would have. So something to kind of keep in mind. I was just thinking like, what else is kind of daily? Maybe there's something else I'm tracking. Yeah, we'll see. So let me think about that, and then I'll transfer like my admin and my shipping there, and it will be much cleaner because that won't be duplicated and that won't be duplicated. So, and then these will be somewhere else. But I think I still want to write which day I do things, so that might be duplicated. Yeah, let me try that this week. Again, I might still like be able to do all my business stuff in here too. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's asking too much though, because I don't usually, I mean, unless I put in that little box like when my YouTube videos go out, and usually 3 a week is enough. I'm not doing tons on social media right now. So could a tiny box be enough for that? I don't know. I don't know about that. So, okay. I was trying to think if there's anything else I could write on here other than like the card. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Well, where's my other one? Let me write it and I'll be right back. Okay. So that is that part. I think that's about it. I did put a butterfly on. I was thinking it is kind of nice to have a little butterfly, and maybe come January, I won't have to flip through 2 different planners. You know, I'll just have the one, and I'll just go boom, 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 boom. What is that? Oh, I moved that. Yeah, don't get your shingles a month later. I think they recommend 2 months. I meant to say that. Yeah, I'm still having effects in my arm. I was going to say that real quick. It takes at least 2 weeks for like the swelling to go down, and that is gone. I still have some redness on my arm. This has been 3 weeks ago. And I have a lot of joint pain in this hand and shoulder. Like I'm having a lot in my right shoulder, and this is my dominant hand. So I'm definitely getting it on my left side next time. I would recommend actually getting them both on your non-dominant hand, because it's really kind of hampering things. Like I'm having trouble putting a bra on, like putting things over my head. And I just kind of have to wait it out. And then like a lot of times this will really hurt in here. And yeah, it's 3 weeks later. That's now I understand. I was like, I could do it a month later. No. Tetanus is easier. The tetanus shot is easier. And that one is not fun either. This is worse. This is definitely worse. This is like a tetanus times 3, I would say. So yeah, show and tell time before I go. So yeah, that's my 2 layouts there and there. Show and tell. This got me so nostalgic. I know you probably have seen them, but I found this on eBay, and Hobonichi. Now, I don't use the Hobonichi books, but when I saw this collab, I had to do it. So this is the first part. Now, these are A6, but I had to do the Back to the Future. I just had to do it. This was one of my favoriteest movies growing up. I did see the 3rd one in the theater, and when that one ended, I said, there's no way that's it. There's no way. There has to be another one. Nope. It broke my heart. It really broke my heart. When did that come out in the theater? I want to say, let's see. Back to the Future 3 came out. When did it come out? 1990. So May of 1990. How old was I? I was a teen, preteen, around there. And so I did get, now this one just comes clear, and so I did get a cover. I didn't have an A6 cover with that. But I just love the time travel, just the whole thing. Is it a perfect movie? No, but the soundtrack, everything. Like when I got these, it's literally sent me back to watching these films growing up, and I found this really, really, really old website before, like, I was a web designer for about 2005 on. So this website was probably like 1998, 2000, somewhere around there it was made. And like, it's not like mobile friendly, it's not any of that, but it was still there, and it went through like all the locations and had some lore about things. It was mainly a location guide, so I'll link to that too, because I find it utterly fascinating. I knew some of the locations, but it was really fun to just kind of reminisce about that time and how a lot of the houses that they used were on the same street. It's just fun. So I got this one, and then I got this. This is the one that I loved the most. I love any kind of diagram type things. Yeah, and it has, like, I think if you zoom way in, like, you can barely read some of that. But yeah, and I just loved that these were little electric bolts, and it's just black on the inside. But I just thought, I did try this cover on there, but the plastic on plastic actually makes it kind of gray. So if you kind of see that, it, like, when it touches, it makes those little gray marks like that. So I don't think it's meant to be on there. So yeah, I just had them separate like this. And they just bring me a lot of joy. I don't think I'll use these because I don't use an A6. I just have them up kind of as art. And it sent me back, literally. And yeah, they are offering these at the Loft. It doesn't say that on here. But the Loft in Japan. And so people are buying them there and sending them over. So you can look on eBay for them. And I know there is another one that's an A5, slightly considering it, is like, it has the Back to the Future, and you open it up and it's pink. And I know if you search on YouTube, there is someone who got one here in the US. And I don't know, I didn't like that cover as much. We'll see. And they are a little pricey to get them shipped over from Japan, but a lot of them have free shipping, and then they come pretty quickly. It's kind of amazing how quickly they come. But the Loft and Hominichi kind of teamed up for these, but they don't sell them online unless it's through eBay or something. So we'll see. I'll let you know if I get the A5. Right now, I don't have any plans to, because I just like these the most. But I had to share, just a little show and tell time. The other thing I did this past week, yesterday, was I went to, here, I'll put something in front of me. Here, you can look at that. I went to a fancy store, and I didn't buy anything, but I wanted to do this for a while, probably the last few months. I love to go to places and smell perfumes. That's one of my other fun things and deep dives I do. I have a ton of perfume. I had zero probably 2 years ago. I probably had one bottle of something. And the last 2 years, it's been so fun to be in that world and talk about them. And yeah, I get a lot of samples. I get a lot of like smaller things. I don't have I just have a lot of them. And I went to this fancy store, and the perfume ladies, the women, it's fascinating to see them, because I had never really experienced this too much of just, I don't go out to stores that much. And, you know, they came up whenever I was in their area, and they each kind of stick to their area. It was really interesting. They probably have well, these are the ones I get commission off of, and the other ones, I'm assuming. So they don't really overlap or anything. And it was fun to just smell a whole bunch, put them on the papers. And then I tried 2. I put one on each arm, and just to kind of wear them to see how they, and one I really wanted to try that I had a little sample of and I really wanted, I tried there on this arm, and then it was not great. and they probably have the fresher versions. So it may be that my sample is a little too old and it's shifted, and I'm glad I kind of had that experience, because you have to kind of let it die down and kind of like see what it smells like on your skin. But it was really fun to see all the names and try them. And you have to be kind of careful, like, which companies you're supporting. But they do have more eco ones out there. And I was asking about certain ones, and they didn't carry some of them. But I really did that to take up space, to practice going somewhere that I am welcomed, but sometimes don't feel like I'm welcomed. And it could be the people there, but I do think that, like, my mom would never have gone there and smelled them. Actually, I should take her. I should just take her. That would be something really interesting, because we would always buy like Avon, Bath and Body scents, through the ages, since 1985. I'm speaking of, well, I'm not too far off. That's when I was pretty young, which is probably why I like Back to the Future. But just to be in a space to say, I'm going to take up space here because I do belong here. Like, people can save up for quite a while and just buy one perfume at some point, or buy some on eBay or somewhere, or buy the knockoffs, or do something like a subscription and join for like a month or two, get a few, and then stop. Like, there are affordable ways of doing things. You could trade with other people that if you get into fragrances. There are some people who are neurodivergent who just cannot have strong fragrances. So I'm not speaking to you in terms of fragrances. What I am speaking about is taking the time and going somewhere and saying, yeah, I have every right to be here and experience this, whether I have money to spend today or not. Like, and I especially think of, like, perfumes are an investment, and you do need to kind of save up for certain ones. And they're doing so many more of those little discovery sets. There was one that had like 6 of them in there that were more like kitchen scents. They had, it was really interesting to, like, I don't think I would wear those scents, but they had candles and I guess you could spray them around the room. And there was like tomatoey scents and lemony scents, citrus. And like that little discovery set was $29, and they were selling it there in that fancy store. And I think because of Sephora, because of Target and all these other stores that are carrying these types of things, people want to see them at lower price points, especially now when people are very tight on money. Part of the experience is spraying some on your skin and taking the time. Now, you're not going to spend an hour just standing there waiting for the perfume to do its thing. You're going to walk away. You're going to walk into the mall or go home or experience it in different ways. You're going to get back into your car and kind of smell it and go, oh, So because that type of thing has a long-term experience to it, it's kind of like breaking in a new pair of shoes or wearing a new comfy jacket. Like, sometimes you can, try shoes on right there and then walk a little bit and go, oh, okay, this is something that I can kind of get the gist of whether or not I want to buy this or not, just by this quick try on. But you can't do that with perfumes. You have to let the scent die down. Like, that first initial scent isn't accurate. It has to the alcohol has to evaporate off. So part of that is going there, smelling all these ones, bringing them home, having like a longer thought about them, revisiting the smells, because your nose will get easily overwhelmed, and they do have like little bottles of coffee to smell. But yeah, I just find it really fascinating that part of that long-term like experience into a larger purchase investment is leaving, is being there and taking up space, using their time of talking. You know, they were all very pleasant to talk to. Nobody was rushing me, and all of them were also stepping away, going, okay, take your time, look at things. So I wanted to feel like I could go somewhere that I thought that I had always felt was off limits. It's kind of like getting your passport and going, okay, I can go into the neighboring country now. I can go up to Canada. I can go down to Mexico. Because it's off limits. You can't go there if you don't have a passport. At least they won't let you back in very easily. They will if you can prove some things, but because I had a friend who accidentally forgot to bring some ID back for her kids, but they had a stern talking to and they got back in. But they really, it's about going somewhere where you feel intimidated, I guess. And I felt intimidated. It could have been all my own thought process, but it was really good to kind of overcome that and to go, oh, I can go into that area. Now, the one area I did avoid was makeup. I don't do makeup, and I was wearing a mask. So, but I saw all the chairs. I saw where people could sit and try things. And again, I've always been like, no, it's not me. And what I came away from is going, well, that's not me right now. Maybe it'll never be me. But I do want to play a little bit more with makeup, a little bit. I don't think I would ever do what everyone's doing now, which is a lot more than what we used to do back in the 90s and 2000s that's when I played with makeup. But because a lot of times I forget I'm wearing it and I'll just start scratching my eye and there's like mascara on it, or a lot of it makes me itch, or my eyes can be really sensitive to it. So, yeah. So I want to maybe have you think about whether it's an online place, or in person. Where could you go to take up space that you have felt intimidated by, but know kind of deep down that, so not putting yourself into a risky situation or something where you won't feel safe. I wouldn't go somewhere where I felt unsafe, but somewhere where you felt a little intimidated and kind of like, oh no, like anyone can come through here. Anyone can experience this. And yeah, maybe there will be salespeople that kind of think differently about that, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that, because it kind of opens your eyes to go, well, what else is possible? That's why I really did that. And then I walked away. Yeah. And I didn't buy anything. But I have all these little papers with scents on them. And it's got me thinking. So that's all I wanted to share. Thank you, everyone, for letting me ramble there at the end. And yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. I used my stickers. I'm using my stuff. I'm using what I have. I may not buy anything more sticker-wise, maybe till the end of the year. I think Sterling Ink has like I think it's their Black Friday sale. That's probably the only time I would, because I got to use up a lot. I got fall stickers coming up. Got pumpkins and things I bought last year. But I've been waiting all year to use them. So the pumpkins may come out early in my planner, and we're just going to go with the flow. So take care, everyone. And yeah, I hope to do a next Wednesday one. This Wednesday was hard. Oh, and then we had some northern lights here in the Seattle area just for a moment or so. I went out and I saw some like pink rays coming down, and then they were gone because of the cloud cover. But yeah, we peaked a little bit more, which was fun. This is a very active year, I think, going into 2025 as well. So I just feel really lucky to be able to see some. So yeah, I'm really hoping like next Wednesday I can have something out, because everyone's been loving the activism one still. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to continue on with that, but also kind of do some other touch-ins as well. So momentum. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.